Now whatever we have learned till this point, we are going to use it for some image processing related example. Okay, so let's use whatever we have learned in some graphics or image processing related example. Okay, all right. So first let's try to understand what's there inside an image. So an image consists of multiple small pixels, okay, which is shown using small square boxes. Okay, so an image, any rectangular image, if you take, it consists of multiple small pixels. All right. Now, you know, in any image, if we see continuous a continuous pattern or a continuous picture, because these pixels are very small, so we cannot observe that they are square boxes. Okay, but any image consists of small square boxes or pixels. Okay, and each one of these pixels consists of three colors in different intensities. Okay, each one of these pixels, for example, this is a red pixel, this is a white pixel. Okay, each one of these pixels consists of three different colors: red, green and blue, in different intensities. All right, so by mixing three colors, red, green and blue, in different intensities, we can uh, make any color. Okay, so for example, if we mix all these three colors with highest intensity, we'll get a white. All right, or if all these three colors are mixed with zero intensity, that means none of these colors are present, then we'll get a black. Okay, okay, so let's see how these three colors are represented, or how we will represent these three colors corresponding to any image. Okay, so typically these three colors are represented based on their intensity. So the highest intensity is 255, lowest intensity is 0. Okay, these are called RGB codes, red, green, blue codes or RGB values. Okay, so the highest intensity level of any color is represented using number 255. 255 is the highest intensity, 0 is the lowest intensity. Okay, so if whenever we are writing, or in this table, whenever it is showing 255, 255, 255, that means the red intensity is 255, green intensity is 255, blue intensity is also 255. Okay, so if we mix red, green and blue with their highest intensity, we'll get a white. All right, if we mix these three colors with lowest intensity, which is 000, that means there is no red, no green and no blue. Okay, that means you will get a black. No colors means black. Okay, all colors mixed with highest intensity means white. All right, here in this case the color code is 00255, or color or RGB values are 00255. That means no intensity for green or for red, no intensity for green, and highest intensity for blue. That's how we are getting a blue. All right, in this example, no intensity level for red, no intensity level for blue, highest intensity level for green, that's why we are getting green. Okay, here red intensity is its highest level, no green and blue intensity, so we are getting red. All right, so in this example, for example, you are mixing red and green in its highest intensity, no blue, so if you mix red and green, you will get yellow. All right, and all the others values are basically mixing different colors with different intensity. Okay, now if I ask you, or if I give you an image, and if I ask you to make that image 15% darker, okay, then what are we going to do? 15% darker means you need to reduce the intensity level by 15%, right? You need to reduce the intensity level by 15%. Clear? More intensity means it is brighter, less intensity means it is darker. So if I ask you to make an image 15% darker, you need to reduce the corresponding intensity level by 15%. Okay, so for example, if I reduce the intensity level by 15%, then 255 is going to be equal to, so if you calculate, reducing to 15% means 255 needs to be multiplied with 0.85, which is 216.75, so approximately 217. Okay, that's how 255 become 217. All right, so you have got little bit darker image or darker pixel. All right, so here all the pixel values has been reduced by 15%. Okay, clear? Okay, next, if I give you an image and will ask you to find out the or ask you to extract the negative of that image. Okay, so what is the negative of an image? Negative of the image is basically the inverse value. Inverse value means 255 minus the corresponding values. Okay, so for example, initially it was white, so intensity level was 255, 255, 255. If I deduct 255 from all these numbers, or if I write 255 minus all these values, it is going to be 0, 0, 0. So you will get a black. Okay, if I write 255 minus all these three numbers, you will get 255, 2550. So 255, 2550. So blue will be yellow because you are mixing red and green, which will give you yellow. Okay, so negative of an image means you will extract each and every pixel intensities and then we'll deduct it from 255. Then you will get a negative. Okay, so these are all theoretical explanation. Let's write a program that is going to do all these details. Okay, so for implementing such graphics related functionality, we are going to use a package called Easy Graphics. Easy Graphics. Okay, so type easygraphics.python, and I'm going to use a file from 2015. Okay, because the recent version is not working in my machine because of whatever reason. Okay, so here I'm going to use this one. Okay, because this is the file from 2015. So let's save it, and let's save it in your current folder where you are working. Okay, all right. Now this Easy Graphics package works on GIF files. Okay, so I have downloaded some GIF files in my current folder. Okay, so for example, this is a GIF file. Okay, so we're going to play with all these GIF files in the next few minutes. All right. So if you download the Easy Graphics file in the current folder, then you will find it over here. So here in this easygraphics.python file, you will find different graphics related functionality, right? Set pixel, get pixel, and all those things. So these things we are going to use in the next few examples. Okay. All right. So let's open a new file named graphics file.python, and let's edit the configuration and include the corresponding file. Okay, so from this Easy Graphics package, I'm going to import two functions named graphics window and graphics image. So first let's do it. From Easy Graphics, import graphics window and graphics image. Okay, so now let's use these two functions to first display one of the GIF file in an image format. Okay, so let's assume that I want to display any one of this GIF file in the image format. Okay, so let's write a function that is, or let's write a program that is going to ask the user that which image file he wants to see, and then based on the input it is going to display that image. Okay, so let's first ask the user, let's first take an input from the user. So let's ask the user to enter the image file, and let's store it in the variable file name, and then let's use the graphics image function. So this graphics image will take the file name and will create a new image that I'm going to store in the image variable. Okay. And then I'm going to open a canvas. So let's use this graphics window function, and let's open a canvas. So win.canvas, canvas equal to win.canvas, and then in the canvas let's use the draw image function. So canvas.draw image, and here I'm going to pass the image. Okay, so let's run it. So it is going to ask me the image file. So let's input qm.gif. So qm.gif is one of my image files. Okay. All right. So here the image is basically appearing, but then quickly disappearing. So I need to write win.wait. Okay. So it is asking me enter the image file. So qm.gif. So now you can see that the qm.gif, whatever file name I have input, the corresponding image can be seen in the graphics window. Okay. So if I pass another file name, say picture1.gif, it is going to generate another image. Okay. Now let's write a program that is going to create the negative of that image. Okay. So now I'm going to write a function that is going to create the negative of that image. So let's see how I can do so. So for creating the negative, what did I say? I need to extract each and every pixel intensities. Okay. So this image looks like this. Okay. So I need to extract each and every pixel intensities, and then I need to deduct the corresponding intensity from 255. Then only I am going to get the negative of that image. Okay. So let's see. So first I need to find out what is the width and height of that image. Okay, how many pixels are there in the horizontal direction, how many pixels are there in the vertical direction. Okay, so let's first find that out. Okay, so my width is going to be equal to image dot, you will see if you write image dot you will get width, height and all these functions. Okay, so in width is going to be image dot width, height of that image is image dot height. Okay, so from these functions you will get the width and the height. That means how many pixels are there in the horizontal direction, how many pixels are there in the vertical direction of that image. All right. Okay, so after getting the width and height, I need to run a loop. So for row in range of height, because row is going to vary from 0 to height minus 1. All right. If you look at this picture, row is going to vary from 0 to height minus 1. That's how I'm taking row in range of height. Okay. Similarly for column in range of width. Okay, so corresponding to each and every row and column, I need to extract the pixel intensities corresponding to red, green, and blue, these three colors, and then I'm going to take the inverse. All right. So I need corresponding to each and every pixels corresponding to each row and column, I need to extract the red, green, and blue intensity. So red intensity is equal to image dot get. You see, if you type get, you'll see get red, get blue, get green. Okay, so all these functions are there. So red equal to image dot get red row column. Similarly, green intensity is image dot get green row column, and blue intensity is image dot get blue row column. Okay. So corresponding to each and every row and column, or corresponding to each and every pixels, I have extracted the red, green, and blue intensity. Okay. The next job is to inverse the intensities. That means 255 minus the current intensity. Okay. So for the new image, which is going to be the negative of the current image, the new red intensity is going to be 255 minus the current red intensity. Okay. Similarly, new green intensity is equal to 255 minus the green intensity, and new blue intensity is 255 minus the blue intensity. Okay. So these are the three different intensity level of the new image, okay, that I am going to create. All right. So for the new image, let's first create, before even going into this loop, let's first create an image, graphics image with the same width and height. Okay, because if I want to change the intensity level, the width and height would remain the same. Okay, so before even going into this loop, let's first create an image with the same width and height. All right, and then corresponding to this new image, I need to set the corresponding pixel of this new image with these intensities. So I'm writing new image dot set pixel row column, and then I need to pass all the red, green, and blue intensity. So new red, green, and new blue. Okay, that's it. So I've created a new image, and then I set the intensity level of this new image with the new intensities. Clear? And then at the end, I am basically drawing the, instead of the image, I'm basically drawing the new image. Okay, so that's what the logic is. All right, corresponding to the image, I've extracted the width and height. I've created a new image with the same width and height, and then corresponding to each and every pixel, I've extracted the red, green, and blue intensity of the original image, and then corresponding to the new image, I have calculated my new intensities, and then I have set the pixel corresponding to the new image with the new intensities, and then I have plotted it in my canvas, plotted the new image in my canvas. Clear? Okay, so let's see whether it is working properly or not. So it is asking me for the image file qm.gif. So it is taking some time because it is calculating the intensities pixel by pixel. So it is taking some time. Okay, so now you can see that it has generated the negative of that image. Okay, as you can see that here it is showing as white. In the original picture it was black. Okay, in the original picture, so you will see that in the original picture this was black, and whenever I am generating the negative, it is showing as white. In the original picture these places were white, then while I am generating the negative these places are dark. Okay, so in this way you can create a negative of a particular image. Okay, now let's see. So let's close this. Okay, now let's make this program a little bit more organized. All right, so here I have shown you one function which is creating the negative of an image. Okay, but there may be multiple image related functions. For example, if I want to flip the image vertically, or if I want to make the image 15% darker, or if I want to flip the image horizontally, okay, or if I want to rotate the image 90 degree to the right or 90 degree to the left. Okay, so there can be different types of image processing functionality. All right, so let's create our own package. Okay, let's create our own package where we can write functions corresponding to each and every functionality. Okay, how can we do so? Let's see. So let's create a graphics package. Let's create a file called graphics package. Where I'm going to put all the different graphics related functionality that I want to do. Okay, and from this graphics file I'm going to import this. I'm going to import the corresponding functionality, and I'm going to use it whenever, however I want to use. Okay, so for example, here I have downloaded easy graphics file. It is easygraphics.python file from internet. So this easy graphics is a graphics package which is providing you two functionality, or it is providing you multiple functionality. I'm using two functionalities from this corresponding package. Okay, so let's create our own package. Let's create our own graphics package where we can write the program corresponding to any particular image. Okay, so for example, we can write on the program of uh, building the negative of an image, or converting the flipping the image 90 degree to the right, something like that. Okay, so let's create our own graphics package. All right, now what is a package? Package consists of different functions. All right, so let's create a function that will create the negative of an image. Okay, so here I have already written the logic how to create a negative of an image. Let's create a function that is going to create the negative of an image, and let's move it to the graphics package file. All right, and then from this file I'm going to import that corresponding function. Okay, so in that graphics package file also I need to input these two functions. So from easy graphics import graphics image and graphics window, and then I'm going to write a function called, say, create negative, which is going to take an image, and then it is going to return the negative of an image. Okay, and what will be there in this create negative function? I have already written all the details. It is going to calculate the width and height of an image. It is going to create a new image with the same width and height, and then corresponding to each and every pixel it is going to calculate the intensity level of the new image, and then we'll create this corresponding new image, and then at the end it is going to return the new image. All right, so whatever I have written over here, I can simply cut and paste it, right? Because in the create negative function, I want to do exactly the same thing. And at the end, I simply need to return the new image. That's it. Okay. That's all I want to do in the create negative function. All right. Okay. The next question is, from this file, how can I import that corresponding function? Well, the answer is pretty simple because we have already learned how to import different functions from a package, right? So I can write from graphics package import create negative. You will see that here I have created my own package, and then from there I am importing the function that I have written. Okay. Till now we have used others packages. Now I am writing my own package and I'm importing my own function. Okay. So then I am taking the file name from the user, and then I'm calling the graphics image function to get the image, and then I need to call this create negative function from here. So create negative image, and then it is going to return the new image, okay, which I'm plotting over here. All right, let's see whether it is working perfectly or not. Enter image qm.gif. So it is taking some time as it is inverting the pixel intensities pixel by pixel. And you can see that at the end I'm getting the negative of an image. So here we have learned a number of very interesting points. Till now we have learned to write functions inside our own file, but now I have created a different file and writing functions over there, and then I'm importing the functions that I have written from my own package, and then I'm using it. This way you can create your own functions, or you can create your own package. This is related to graphics, but you can create your own package and import it based on your requirement. All right. Okay. Now let's see. So here, as I said, that I want to create a graphics package. That means it shouldn't contain just one function. Okay, there should be multiple other functions. So let's create another function. Say, suppose I want to flip the image vertically. Okay, so let's call a function flip vertically. Okay. So if I want to flip the image vertically, then what should I need to do? So here, let's just look at this picture. If I want to flip the image vertically, what I need to do is that I need to swap the pixel intensities of this row with this row, right? And similarly, if I need to swap the pixel intensity of row 1 with height -1, row 2 with height -3 in this way. Okay. All right. I need to swap the intensities of row 0 with height -1, row 1 with height -2, row 2 with height -3, and in this way. That's it. That is basically flipping an image vertically. So it shouldn't be very difficult to implement because we have already learned how to extract the pixel intensities. I just need to reorganize it. Okay, so let's see how I can do so. So similar to the previous example, I first need to extract the width and height of the image. Okay. All right. And then the new image will also have the same width and height, right? If I want to flip it vertically, the width and height will not going to change. The only thing is that the intensities of row 1 will be swapped with intensities of height -1. In the intensities of row 0 will be swapped with height -1. Intensities of row 1 will be swapped with height -2, and so on. So the width and height of the new image is not going to change. So I can basically write the same 3 lines. Width equal to image dot width height equal to image dot height. Image dot okay. Now let's see. So new image equal to graphics image with the same width and height. Yeah. All right. So now if I want to flip vertically, then let's see. So for row in range of height, for column in range of width, um, the new row I'm going to start from height minus 1. Okay, I'm going to start from height minus 1, which is going to be the new row, or the 0th row of the new image. Okay, I'm going to start from row height minus 1, and then it will be the first row of the new image. Okay, so let's write new row equal to height minus 1 and new column equal to the old column. So for the new image, the first row is going to be height minus 1 and the first column is going to be the old column. Okay, that's it. And then let's extract the pixel intensities. So pixel equal to image dot get pixel, image dot get pixel, row. So I'm extracting the pixel intensities of the old image and then corresponding to a new image, I'm setting the pixel corresponding to new row and new column. Okay, so let's see. And then at the end I need to do row equal to row, new row equal to new row minus 1, new row equal to new row minus 1. Okay, let's see whether it is working perfectly or not. So I have started with new row equal to height minus 1. Okay, so I have started with this row. All right, and then corresponding to the old row and column I have extracted the pixel intensities, and then I am corresponding to the new image, I'm basically copying the same intensity, same pixel intensity with the new row and new column. Okay, so initially for the first iteration new row is going to be height minus 1, for the next iteration new row is going to be height minus 2, and in this way. So basically I'm copying, I'm copying the intensity level of the first row and copying it to height minus 1th row of the new image. Next I'm copying the intensity level of row 1 and then copying to the corresponding height minus second row of the new image, and so on. All right, so that's how I am doing it. Clear? So let's return the image and see whether it is working properly or not. So instead of writing new image equal to create negative, I'm writing new image equal to flip vertically. So here I didn't import it. That's how it is showing the red underline. All right, so that's it. Let's run it. Check qm.gif. So now we can see that I have got an image that has flipped the pixels vertically. Okay. All right. So here I have shown you two different functionality. Okay. You can add multiple other functionalities. So for example, instead of writing or instead of implementing flip vertically, you can do flip horizontally, right? That means instead of swapping the rows, you need to swap the column. Okay. If you want to flip horizontally, that means you need to swap the 0th column with the width minus 1th column. You need to swap the first column or 1th column with the width minus second column in this way, correct? So you can, if you want to make it 15% darker, then you need to extract each and every pixel intensities and make it 15% darker. That's it. Okay. So you can do multiple, or you can implement multiple similar functions in this graphics package, and then from the graphics file you can call it wherever or whenever you want. Okay. All right. Now let me make this file little bit organized. Okay, so for example, here I have implemented two functions. Okay, so let me write a program that is going to ask the user that which operation you want. Do you want to create the negative, or do you want to create or flip the image vertically, or you want to exit from the program? Okay, so let's make the program a little bit more interactive. All right, so it is going to ask the user what do you want to do. If the user press 1, it is going to create a negative of an image. If the user will press say 2, it is going to flip the image vertically. And then if the user will press 3, it is going to exit from the program. All right, clear? So it is going to run in a loop and will keep asking you the question that what do you want. Okay, and it is going to run in the loop until and unless you are pressing 3. 3 is basically the exit condition. Whenever the exit condition is true, it is going to come out of the process. Otherwise, it will keep asking you what do you want. Do you want the negative or flip vertically or what? Right? Okay. So let's write the program and let's make it a little bit more interactive. So initially my exit condition is false. Okay. Whenever I'm going to press 3, my exit condition is going to be true. Okay. False is capital. So while not exit condition, that means while exit condition is not true, then it is going to ask you how do you want the image to be processed. Okay. And then it is also tell you that enter 1 for say creating negative, then enter 2 for flipping the image vertically, and then enter 3 to exit. Okay. Here I just have two functionalities. If you would have more functionality like flip horizontally, make it 15% darker, rotate 90 degree to the left, rotate 90 degree to the right, then you could have increased the number of different cases. Okay, but here I am just showing you with only two functionality. Clear? So then based on your response, so suppose your response is equal to your response, and you are going to enter 1, 2 and 3. That means your input needs to be converted in integer format. Okay, so if your response is equal to 1, that means it is going to call create negative function. So it is going to pass the image and the function is going to return the new image. Okay, then else if your response is equal to 2, then new image is going to be equal to flip particle image. Okay, and then if your response is 3, that means you are setting the exit condition to be true because you need to exit from the loop. And all the other cases, all the other 2 cases, you need to plot it. So else you need to plot the new image. That's it. Okay. If you press 3, it is not going to plot anything, it will come out of the loop. Otherwise, in all the other cases, it is going to plot the new image. Okay. So in this way, I am basically trying to make the program little more interactive. All right. So let's enter the image name. Let's do qm.gif, and then it is asking you what do you want the image to, how do you want the image to be processed. Enter 1 for creating negative, enter 2 for flipping the image vertically, enter 3 for exit. So let's press enter 1. So it is calculating the corresponding pixels intensities and creating the negative. So now I got the negative of that image. All right, now if I close it, then you can see that it is asking me once more, how do you want the image to be processed. Enter 1 for negative, enter 2 for flipping the image vertically, and enter 3 for exit. So let's press 2 now. So you can see that now the image has been flipped vertically. Okay, let's close it. Now again it is asking me, how do you want the image to be processed. Enter 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I want to exit, so I'm pressing 3. So now it is going to exit from the program. All right, so in this way I'm basically trying to make the program more and more interactive. So in this example we have learned a number of different pieces. We have learned how to do basic image processing related stuff. Okay, we have learned how to create our own package and then how to import the corresponding functions from that package, which is very important because in future you need to create your own package and then you may upload it in some web page so that others can download and use it. Okay, exactly same as Easy Graphics. Easy Graphics is also developed by some developer. They have uploaded it in their web page as a package, and then we are downloading it and we are using it. Clear? So in future as a developer, you can also develop your own package that others can use. All right, that's a very important thing that you have learned. And then at the same time, in this program, I have tried to show you an example how to make a program more interactive. Okay, so that as an user, the user based on the user input, different functions will be called or different interesting operations will be executed. So all these different pieces we have learned in this example.